Looks like people are coming back now. Looks like we do have break even with production with civilian income. Two freighters. Colonists, yeah, cool. We're getting oxygen into Mercury. Cost at the moment 16.4. Okay. Deck. Next jump squadron size. There we go. Okay, now we can get our jump drive. $5,800. That capacity requirement. $84. Okay, that is the jump drive that we need to get. However, it is using commercial engines. That's interesting. All right, time to double check some stuff for science. Okay, I need max ship size of 8,400. Yes. And I also want hang on. Hold on, hold on. Yep, okay. Now, 8 do it. Too big. 6 too small. 7 will do it. All right. Copy design. We need the engine tech done. Okay, the commercial one is dirt cheap. Mil spec is less so. Okay, let's keep going. IGEA. Just geranium. No, you can keep that. Next power mod is done. New colony ship. Excellent. All right, our explorer is done. Let's do grav survey. They've already scrapped one of their colony ships. Okay, sure. IGA has been expanded to 3 complexes. New freighter launched. It's fine. We have a first jump point. And we have enough oxygen on Mercury. Okay. 16.5 now. For anti-greenhouse gas. 2.5. But yes, we have our first jump point. And here it is between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. So just a little bit inside the Jupiter orbit. Should be interesting. Mil-spec jump drive is done. And we have a second jump point. Here it is, just outside Jupiter's orbit. All right, now, with the mil-spec jump drive, we're having an 8,200-ton ship doing 1829. Capacity is 8,400. So we've got 200 tons. We need go. Can I put any more fuel in here? Okay, so we got that. Or alternatively, with our commercial one, we have a 9,400-ton ship. We have a bit more space, so we can compensate with large. We still have the same sensor capacity. Now this one should be able to use its own, should be able to use its commercial jump drive. Question is, what's the BP difference? The commercial one is definitely cheaper too. Double the breakdown. Oh, wait. So a higher chance of breakdown, but significantly cheaper. A little bit slower, but more range. All right, we'll use the commercial one. Okay. Right, retool for the commercial jump drive Explorer. Mining production 16 is done. Excellent, excellent. Third jump point detected. Way out here, though. That's a pretty decent jump point, so we're not going to explore that one anytime soon. Fourth jump point. There. A very large fuel storage is done. Excellent. Retooling is complete. Oof, that's a lot cheaper. That's like super duper cheap. Got another one. Got another civilian, a Borelli. Sorium, don't need it. Alright, it's found another jump point. This one is there. Is that it? Hmm. One, two, three, four, five. No, probably that one there. Second explorer is done. Ah, a mine has been completed. Let's build another 5 of these. And these. And these. We'll hold off on these because they're tiny anyway. These are actually kind of expensive. And of these. Which are cool. Yeah, that'll do. What I might do is maybe build another miner. Line drive is done. Beardian. Beardian that. Beam range. 320,000 kilometers. That's getting pretty impressive. And expensive, so we can do the spinal mount next as well. Capacitor recharge 4 is done. And let's go for new engines because they're now getting cheaper than the rest of our equipment, so it's about time. New colony on Wolf. Just uranium again, 20,000 units. Okay, this is Brooks. Set up a colony. Ganymede. Set up a colony there as well. Okay. And we have a new shipping line. Hooray. At 40%. That's another 1,000. All right, we've got another jump point. There it is. I believe that's the last one. Wolf expanded and new freighter. Excellent. Minimum engine mod 3 is done. Good. We are now working on the Stellarator fusion reactor. Construction of geological sensors is done. So now we can shift this into 50%. And what I'll do is I will also make another 100 auto mines at 50%. All right. Christoph, let's get you back to Earth. Because you need an overhaul and a refit. As for you, Thor, you will head back to Earth to refuel. Then we'll go through the closest one, jump point 1. Make sure your transponder is deactivated. And then we will do our first ever transit into deep space. Oh, there you are. Here we go. Boom. We have made our first transit through an unknown jump point. What shall we discover? I wonder. We have discovered some interesting worlds. Hopefully, we won't discover some interesting enemies. But we will have to refit Christoph through across. What are we refitting? We're adding a fuel storage, an engineering space, adding a point of armor, the jump drive, crew quarters. So 18.5 overhead for the full change, 3,900 ton difference for 309 BP, so 482 build point for the conversion, and most of that is just for the tonnage, but that's not too bad. We'll add that in. So 24th of September, that's fine. Research into fire control speed is done. %. Wow, Quentin, you are a boss. Go for active grav, strength. Kill me. Why are you doing logistics? Silly, silly. Electronic warfare. There you go. It looks like Quirion is relatively safe. Got its another freighter launched, which is good. Machel civilian mining colony has been improved. Well, there's some big planets here. Civilian mining colony expansion, and wow, that's a good chunk of minerals. We'll have to have a look at the survey report once we're all done here. Euphorosny. Did we have a look at Euphorosny? Iridium, tiny bit of gallicite, titanium. Yeah, whatever. Colony ship, good. Okay, that seems to be all of them set. Rig for grav survey. Still got one more left. Research rate 320 is done. Beautiful. And we're going to go for the smaller trumpet construction module. We're going to go for 20% shipyard savings. Shipbuilding rate of 1,000. 20-ton mining. Spend economy. Construction rate. All right. Let's have a look at server report for Quirion. First up, Quirion A1, 23.78 colony cost and a lot of duranium at decent accessibility, lots of boronide at good accessibility, huge amount of macassium but shit accessibility, same with the vendorite. Fair amount of resources, just accessibility is kind of bad. And atmospheric pressure and temperature is horrible. So auto mines at worst. Quirion A2. Colony cost unacceptable. Why? Oh, too high gravity. Okay. Holy crap, that's a lot of uranium. 48.6 million uranium at 0.9. Everything else is basically is 0.1, but the 0.9 uranium makes this worth it alone. The extra scraps of other stuff we'll get. Yes, please. Quirion A3 is terrestrial and 4.13, so this is a potential colony world. It's an ice sheet, but oh well. If we increase the temperature a little bit, also some greenhouse gases will also decrease the the oxygen percentage. We only need a very small amount. It's got a fair amount of uranium and neutronium with good accessibility, and a huge amount of titanium with low accessibility. But this could be a good first extrasolar colony. We've got a dwarf planet over here as well, with good amount of carbamide and iridium. Not too bad there. No minerals there. That's a super Jovian. 7 colony cost, 6.5 colony cost. Got another one. So there's some pretty nice planets around in here. This is a very nice system. And that 4.13 cost planet with a good amount of uranium, yeah, I like that. I like this a lot. All right. We have a target for extrasolar colonization. As soon as, we finish colonizing Sol. Because Sol itself is still far from mined out. I mean, Luna, for one, has a lot of uranium and corundium, so you know what? Hmm. Uranium, titanium, vendorite. Have it, but if we bring, say, 50 mines and mass driver, and let's say 100 construction factories, Okay. We can turn Luna into a nice little mining colony. Colony ship's done. Is he? No, overhaul's done, as expected, but no, we're still a little bit off completion, finishing refitting the Christoph. But gas cannon rate of fire is done, so we're going to get it up to 4. Okay, not quite yet. With the mass driver? Not yet either. Okay. Galasite on Terra has been exhausted. We only have 12 years of resources left in total, and Tritanium is the one that's most out. So we are definitely going to be moving stuff out pretty soon. Small jump gate construction module is done. Yeah. We'll come back to that. Orbital miner is almost done as well. Ship refit is done. Cool. And Luna now has everything it needs. So now it's mining a little bit, and send resources to Terra. Actually, none at the moment. Now, we can't build any of these, but we can build these. There we go. Okay, we are producing more than we're consuming, so that is fine. And there's only 100 construction anyway, so it's actually going to be baking mines pretty quickly, to be honest. But that's okay. That's fine. New colony ship launched, and engineering for fighters is done as well. No, apparently it's not mining as quick as it can. Corundium is a bit on the slow side. Oh well. More mines means faster mining, and that means that we're eventually going to outstrip our yeah, it doesn't have those. Outstrip our consumption anyway. Now we need military protection. Okay. Do we want to design a basic combat ship? I really don't want to with ion. Sea-based system. Straight up linear growth. Okay. Yeah. See, yes. Oh, actually, we already have silos. Perfect. 120 ppv each. Yep, that'll do. Don't need fuel. Conscripts. Yeah, so it's ultimately irrelevant. It doesn't really matter uh, anything. So yep, that'll do. Which is really weird because I would have expected that with this low, it shouldn't be using like anything. 3 We already got one mine, so yeah, it's not going to take too long. Okay, now this is okay. Let's do this. Do 60,000. This one 50,000. So yeah, 50,000. 150,000. Reserve level, I guess, 180,000. There. Now, we sling to Luna and sling back. I want to keep at least 1,000 here and 1,000 here. Yes, Mr. Deno, I do live. And I had a little bit more of a break than I expected between the stream earlier today. All right, now I have a little bit of a feeder system between Earth and the Moon. And now we can build mines. Lots and lots of mines. Wealth is... it's all right. Why is it being slow? New system, here we go. All right, are we going to have trouble here? Oh, hell yeah, we're going to have trouble here. We have 4 planets. 2 of them are colony cost 2. Hey, Christoph, let's set your speed to minimal and jump back through, please. We're going to come back with a military. We're going to come back with a combat fleet here. And yeah, I want a combat fleet. Okay. Okay. Rename to um name. Want come back with a name. Okay. We want 12-month deployments. Going to be close range, so 6 armor is good. Now we're going to need tech. First up, gas cannon. 20,000 range is fine. Fire rate 3 is okay. Particle beam. Strength 4. Four damage beam? Really? This could be annoying. Still, 240,000 kilometers is... Oh well. 15-second rate of fire is alright. How much power do we need? 4 power. Standard shields. Yeah, because why not? Now we also need a sensor boat. $400 million kilometers. Perfect. And we need a low res one. $2.5 million missile detection. Beam fire control. Yes. Now we want... Okay, this is just about the good... this is just about lines up with our particles. So our particle beams are actually going to be relatively ineffective here. 16,000 tracking speed. Yes. And... range, we're going to go for half range. Actually, I'm going to go for half range for point defense. I'm going to go for... There we go. Okay. Is that everything we need? Oh, we need some ion engines, so let's see what we can pull out of our ass for this one. Big as possible, as usual. 900 EP ion. Yep, that'll do. Um, $50p.6. Particle beam does not lose damage over range. So even at max range, you're going to be hitting for full damage, which apparently doesn't seem to be, that much, but dump that. But that's what it's good for. Okay, sensors and fire control. Create Q, Q, fire controls, sensors. Next, power propulsion. Delete that one and that one. It has reasonable range. Um, there's a fair amount of theory about, you should have this much percent of your ship be engine, you should have this much fuel, yada, yada, yada. And there are people who have, optimal percentages and stuff like that. But for me, um, I always use max size engines for the fuel efficiency. And personally, it's less about the engines and more about getting what you need out of them. So it's not about, I don't actually need this at all. Um, it's like if you have the speed combined with the fuel efficiency to give you the range that you need to get in and out of combat, that's the engine you need. Simple as that. Um, and then um, um, and then just make a max size because hit to kill. When the right is exhausted. Alright, point defense is cannon, twin Gauss, and we want tracking speed of 16,000. Okay. Good. Silo is under construction. That won't take very long. We have a mining ship, so we can go stick it somewhere. Somewhere we're buying minerals from. Here we go. Stephanotherma. There is Stephanotherma. Hello. Alright. We now have some nice PPV for Luna, so Luna can stop bitching. Good. Rider is up. Cool. Thalasson. What are you doing on Thalasson? Uranium. Active search sensor is done. Oh, and we also finished shields. Okay. Um, Back there. Yeah, terraforming Mercury at the moment. Speaking of which, might as well go have a look how it's doing. Point one, we're down 100 degrees. Hooray! So it's only 12 instead of 16. Power beam 4 is done. Now, just... Oh, goody. Particle beams can't be turreted. Excellent. Fast ships it is. What, terraforming Mercury? Nah, nah. Terraforming Mercury is easy. Terraforming Venus, that's a bitch. Titan, eh? Let's go have a look at Titan. Well, as you can see, Titan has nothing. Mercury actually has something worth mining. Really actually didn't need that PDC-20 missile launcher. Oh well. Christoph, where are you? Oh, you're doing a GS survey. Okay. You're going at full speed, aren't you? Yeah. 84 days. Oh, jeez. Okay. Hostile transit detected. Oh shit, here they come. Son of a bitch, they did see us coming. We have like no tech at the moment. The most we've got... I think we have one PDC. Yeah, we have one missile silo. And we don't even have any missiles for it. I can delete this design. Well, let's see what we do have. Those commercial engines are worthless. We do have a Gauss cannon, though. I have Res 1 sensor. It's not even a turret at the moment. Yeah, probably really should have built that fleet first, huh? I was hoping that they wouldn't see me actually do the transit, so that they would stay nice and cooped up over there as well. The other hope now is that they only have enough missiles to do a little bit of damage, and then they just piss off and go away. No, can't get it up to enough speed. It's gonna take me 5 days to even do anything at all. I don't have the engine. So the engine is over a month away. The gas turret is Gas turret's a week away, but by the time we tool and build, it'll be way too late. Why do I not have an ICBM design? More specifically, why is the ICBM just a box? Doesn't even have a warhead on it. The problem is that I've got PDCs, but I've got no munitions for them. The ICBM doesn't actually deal any damage. If you have a look, it's got no warhead. No engine and no actual warhead. So the ICBM is not actually useful for anything. Which is something I didn't know about because I never even used the damn things. And I don't have turrets yet, so I can't even build a turret PDC. I've only got missiles. And I got no missile engines, so I'm going to need like 3 to 4 production cycles at the absolute minimum to actually do anything. So I'm probably going to lose the orbital terraformer. Cargo ships. Yeah, like I said, the only real hope is that they spend so many missiles shooting at one single target that, you know, they blow that up and then they run out of ammo and then fuck off with and give me enough time to rebuild. So, right. So focus on the ion, no, on the military drive. The turret, the point defense turret. We need that. Um, we need the point defense fire control as well. Power plant for the. Oh, we don't need the particle beam actually. All right. Cancel that. Point defense fire control. And add. Then we can do everything else. All right, let's see what it's going to do. Oh, whoa, that's... What the hell? Why are there 2 of them? They're not hostile at the moment. There might be an NPR. Um, yeah, I do buy minerals when it's worth it. Oh, they're leaving. Holy shit, I think we may get out of this alive. They're all over the bloody star system, though. Alright, gas turret is done. Moderate progress. Oh yeah, this is an NPR. This is an NPR. Well, shit, we got an NPR next door. This is almost worse than precursors. Okay. Alright, yeah, we need our military up ASAP. Gas turret is done. Particle beam strength 6 we don't need right now, so dump you and focus on our military tech right now. +2 to rolls. I did set player NPR generation to 40% though, so there is a pretty high chance of actually generating an NPR if we find a suitable planet, and there were like two colony cost 2 planets in that system. +3 to rolls. +1 rolls. How are we doing? Almost there. Alright, those two are done. 1, 2, 3 techs done. Okay, we got our point defense fire control. We got our particle power plant, and we got our engine. How we doing? We'll name this into PD. Wait, do we actually? Yes, turrets. 4 turrets. 2 fire controls. What's their speed? Reserve speed 4033. This guy hasn't actually moved yet, but the thermal is huge. Unfortunately, I don't have a better engine, so that's the best I can do. 10,000 ton. Having backup point defense sensors. Oh, I already have one. Okay. One more time. Jamming space. Yep, that'll do. 5.9 billion. 12 billion. And that'll have to do. And I'll drop armor to 4. Drop one of the engineering spaces. The do you want a second engine? I'll get up to 7.7,500. All right, just under 7,500. I think we can work with that. Okay. Initially, yes. This will be just an initial fleet. I won't be really attacking so much as just in case they attack. I'll copy this design, strip out the weapons and the sensors. We're going to go for oh, these are power plants. That's the wrong fire control. Yeah, 4 power plants, 4 engines, 10,000 speed. That's pretty good. We'll get the fire control in there. Shields aren't really worth it at the moment. When it comes to military ships, days of fuel is worthless. Because if your combat lasts more than 15 days, you've fucked up. That's still workable. All right. I am happy enough with the point defense ships. Wait. Wait. Ah, it's 12,000. Okay. Yep. Light PD cruiser set. Industry. Ship components. I think I want 6 of these. So 12 engines. $24 turrets. 6 of these point defense sensors. Where are they? There they are. 12 of the point defense fire controls. That'll do. Um, no, these you need to prefactor. You need to prefab. This is purely prefab. So I'm actually going to pull these off and these off. And go for 50 here. 30 here. And what have we got left? 20. We need more here, less here. November, December, yeah. Active sensor advice. Give it a range you need. Make it whatever range you need. Point defense should have at least, at minimum, 1 million kilometer size 6 missile detection. And actives, I would aim for 400 million kilometers because very few ships are going to have, at least at the early game, missiles. Very few ships are going to be detected, are going to have a range longer than 400 million kilometers. So, and for hull size, make the hull, make the resolution what you're aiming for. Well, your sensors are, or active sensors are always going to have a range longer than your guns. Simple as that. Um, but ideally, you want to be able to see. Ideally, you're going to want to be able to see. Hang on, I'm going to open up some windows in here. Alright, I'm back. Um, yeah, it depends on what you're after. Because you want to be able to see enemies far enough away that you can lock all your weapons. So your active sensors need to, at minimum, be able to detect the enemy um, at a little bit past your maximum weapons range. So that's your minimum. And then you also ideally want to be able to detect them from at least as far away as they can shoot at you. All right. Really don't like them running around inside my own shit, my own system. Communication has been established. The Boulder Alliance, they call themselves. Ugly little bastards. EM on regular military ships. Um, a passive EM sensor has a very high chance of detecting an active sensor. Um, Potentially even further than the active sensor can detect you. So an EM sensor will basically know when they have a lock on you. Mm. All right, our active sensor is done. So now we can get our sensor boat. Don't have the thermal sensor just yet. I'll come back to that. There you are. Oh, that wasn't even a strong thermal sensor. Okay. There's a ship fire control. Drop this back down to 15. Yep, no, he's the best. Oh, they're bringing all kinds of new shit, aren't they? Get the hell out of my damn system. No sense of personal space at all. We have a fire control for that now, don't we? No, we're working on that now. End of August. Ugh. Well, we got some sensor data. New ships. Thermal contacts. So they're doing roughly about 4,000. And I do have an active sensor of about 278 kilometers, look like. I really want to start building these damn things. Do we have a second engine yet? Almost. You know what? I want to try something real quick. No, damn. Oh well. Might extending of 7.8. Do you guys mind fucking off? Oh, and they're blocking it down to 60 seconds. Do you fucking mind? Go on, you've seen everything I've got. Fuck off! Yeah, and I'd like them a lot more if they would fuck off. I want my turns back, damn it. Yeah, they're all only capable of 4,000 kilometers at the moment. So my 7,500 should easily let me control range. And I mean, I've got 9,000 at the moment until we put the fire control on. Okay, good. They're fucked off. Or have they? No. Are they gonna give me my turn back? Yeah, okay. Nope. Nope, they're still hanging around. Okay, sensors back off. They're still there. It's just that nobody can see anybody at the moment. Well, they're probably still there. Alright, I've got ion drives. Start building a point defense cruiser. You. I need this scout. I've got... I need the thermal sensor, don't I? Yeah, I don't have the big thermal sensor yet. Don't even have the big EM sensor, actually. $7,400. Oh, this guy needs to be faster than everybody. You get 2 engines. Well done. But now you're at 9,000, so I'm going to give you... I don't want to give you the big one. How long is it gonna take you? October. Oh yeah, alright. Oh yeah, they would. They would. If I put a ship in orbit of their planet, they would instantly go to war. Definitely. Ah, fire control is done. Four particle beams, one fire control. Yep, that'll do. 10,000 tons. Oh, nice. That's not an area defense cruiser. Okay. Max range is above particle range. Good. Tracking speed is... Well, it's less than the fire speed of the ship, but that's fine. We got power. We got rate of fire. It's only 4 damage. So this is a kite ship. This is definitely a kite ship. You do not want to get into point blank brawl with these things because everything will out damage you at point blank. With particle beams, you sit back at long range and you go plink, 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 and you slowly wear them down while their own shots deal like 1 damage to you. Um, Hang on, let me check something real quick. So it starts off at 60,000. This one starts off at 30. So yeah, they've got about twice the. It looks like they've got about twice the range of the equivalent level laser. So yeah, particle beam can effectively outrange a laser and just go pew 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 pew, um, where they can't shoot you back. So yeah, it's not really fair. But you know what? Fuck them. All right. You, perfect. Particle destroyer. We've got three of them. Excellent, excellent. Now, how many of these things do we want? 12, I think, seems appropriate. So, 24 of these. You cannot turret a particle beam. Four, 12, 24, 48. I control 12. Yep, that'll do. Just gonna take forever to build these things. Oh, hello. My fusion reactor is done. So, magnetoplasma drive, please. Alright, thermal sensor is almost complete. Gas guns are already on turrets. Alright, thermal sensor is done. Particle beams are also reasonably useful as point defense as well. So, so the particle guns will be used as point defense on approach, and then switch to anti-ship weaponry once I get in close within range. All right, there is our EM detection, EM sensor. Oh, there we go. All four sensors, good speed, maintenance, and everything else. Yeah, range is not as good as I'd like, but yeah, it'll do. 11,000. This one's gonna need a little bit more tonnage. This one's a 15er. Seems a little bit wasteful to put the tool it for the explorer. We got we got a particle destroyer. We got a point defense. We're gonna get a scout ship here. Are they still there? Oh, so they have fucked off. Okay. Thermal sensitivity 8 is finally done. Um, Heat beam fire control range to keep up with the particle cannons. You know what? Let's get a planetary sensor tech up as well. You know what? You know what really need though? Freaking E-War. Yeah. Yep, they're building jump gates because of course they are. Yes, I can use jump gates too, means that which technically means that I now have direct access um, to their home system with my jump-free ships. I don't need to jump tender. So this may have actually outright fucked them. Oh, give me an extra slipway on this. Not necessarily, because I get first strike. Because I get first strike, I can blockade the jump point. And when I blockade the jump point, I win. The only problem is that particle cannons are basically worthless for jump point blockade. Oh, are you kidding? 0.0039. Yeah, been getting new civilian ships there for ages. There's actually quite a few of them running around. Alright, planetary sensor strength 300 is done, so now we can see a little bit further. Hold up, guys. Alright. Um, the good... Oh, here they come again. Um, so Gauss is best point defense. Hands down. No questions about it. Best point defense is Gauss. Um, fuck off. Particle beams can make do. The advantage of particle beams is that, like with lasers, right? If you're firing at long range, then you're like you ideally want something that can be turreted. Oh, hey, our first point defense cruiser is done. You ideally want something that can be turreted, and you want something that shoots a lot of projectiles. And Gauss does both of those. It also doesn't have power plants, which means that your point defense ship can't explode. So, okay, yeah, they're fucking off now. And they're coming back. Yeah, no. Go fuck off. Fuck off somewhere else. Go back home. Go on, get. Where are you, Christoph? Where the hell are you going? Okay, no, he's coming back. Okay. Our ancient power mod is done. It's fine. The only thing that doesn't make Mazons overpowered is their range. Pretty sure they have the second shortest range in the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have the second shortest range in the game, second only to Gus. Of course, you could argue that plasma carronades have even shorter range because of effective range, but um, they still can do damage at long range, even though the damage is insignificant. The other thing is that if you have high hit to kill components, Mazons have a real hard time breaking those. Like they have a hard time hitting destroying large engines, for example, um, or heavily armored components. They have a hard time destroying heavily armored components, just because of the way the damage is dealt and the way the damage works. So Mazons are not necessarily overpowered. They're powerful, but they're not overpowered. Okay, power plants are done. Fire control. Ah, electronic warfare is finally done. So let's go for countermeasures and countermeasures. Because we're going to need those so we can take advantage of a longer range. Yeah, swarm Mason fighters can take out anything if you can get them into range. If you can't get them into range, then they just die. And you will lose a lot of them against anybody competent. Any even reasonably competent fleet will easily be able to take out a huge amount of Maison fighters. And if you somehow don't have the speed advantage, then your Maison ships are just junk. All right, should have enough components stockpiled now. Yep, yep, good. July. July. 3 months. Oh, not bad. And you're still going. How's Mercury doing? 11.2. 580 degrees. Yeah, that's not bad. Getting there. Just building at the moment. All right, second point defense cruiser is done. Let's work on number 3. Fire control is almost done. Yep, there they go. Working on some automated mines now. I'm gonna need tankers. Yeah, it's using traveler names, which I always forget are kind of stupid. Oh, I'm gonna change it. Yeah, they're more stupid names. They're getting there. Does take them a while to build, though. I'm just wondering how many of them I'm actually gonna need to actually, not get blown out of the sky the second I declare war. 12 seems alright, especially with the speed advantage, but how long is it gonna take me to get 12 of them? A while. I'm gonna add slipways on these as well. Um, a lot. There will be a lot. There are at least about half a dozen. At the minimum, there are half a dozen ships that are probably combat worthy. Yeah, no problems, Dano. I might actually call it quits in a couple minutes as well, anyway. Um, I've basically been playing this all day since I woke up, so about time for a bit of a break. there's not much happening on the screen. I might actually just put the log on here. Alright, overhaul done. Iron drives are built. No tech anytime soon. Particle destroyer is done in July, so about a month and a bit. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits here. Um, so thanks for watching, guys. I might be doing some more streaming this weekend. Maybe something else though. We'll see. But otherwise, I'm gonna go do something else. See ya.